There's an island cut off from the world for millions of years, a place where Africa meets Asia and time itself seems to have forgotten its name. This is Madagascar, the forgotten island. 400 kilometers off the coast of Africa lies a world like no other. Madagascar, a land of strange creatures, ancient kings, and lost civilizations. But beyond its beauty lies a mystery. How did this island, once home to powerful empires and vibrant cultures, become a place forgotten by history? Join us as we uncover the forgotten story of Madagascar, from its birth in fire and isolation to the rise of its people, its struggles, and its survival. The birth of an island 165 million years ago. Madagascar broke away from the supercontinent of Gondwana. It drifted across the Indian Ocean. Alone, for millions of years, this isolation created something extraordinary, a living world found nowhere else on Earth. Lemurs leaping through emerald forests, baobabs twisting toward the sky, chameleons glowing like living jewels. Madagascar became a world apart, a forgotten Eden. But while nature thrived here, humans had yet to arrive. The first voyagers. Then, around 1500 years ago, the first sails appeared on the horizon. The first people to set foot on Madagascar did not come from nearby Africa, but from the distant islands of Southeast Asia, over 6,000 kilometers away. Around 1,500 years ago, Austronesian voyagers, skilled in the art of navigation, crossed the vast Indian Ocean. They brought with them rice, banana plants, tools, and a language that still echoes today in Malagasy, a tongue that shares roots with those spoken in Borneo and Indonesia. Later, African settlers arrived from the west, bringing cattle, ironwork, and trade. Two worlds, Asian and African, merged on one island, creating a culture unlike any other. The rise of the kingdoms. As centuries passed, the island's tribes grew into powerful kingdoms. In the highlands, the Merina kingdom rose, uniting the scattered clans under one rule. In the coastal plains, the Sakalava ruled the western lands, while the Betsimisaraka controlled the eastern coast, linking Madagascar to global trade routes. Spices, ivory, and slaves flowed through its ports. Arab traders called it the Isle of the Moons. Europeans called it the Red Island. But the Malagasy called it home, and their world was about to change forever. Queen Ranavalona and the Age of Isolation. In 1828, a young woman named Ranavalona rose to the throne of Madagascar. Her rule would become one of the most controversial in African history. Determined to keep her nation free from European control, she closed the island to foreigners, expelled missionaries, and punished those who embraced Western ways. Her reign was fierce, protective, and brutal. Tens of thousands perished under her rule, yet she preserved Madagascar's sovereignty at a time when almost all of Africa was falling under colonial rule. To some, she was a tyrant. To others, the last true defender of independence. The French invasion, colonial era. In 1895, the French invaded the Merina Kingdom fell. The red, green, and white flag of Madagascar was lowered. The tricolor of France rose above Antananarivo. Madagascar became a colony, its resources exploited, its traditions reshaped, yet resistance burned quietly. In the forests, Malagasy fighters waged guerrilla war. In the schools, a new generation dreamed of freedom. Independence and aftermath. On June 26, 1960, the people of Madagascar reclaimed their destiny. Independence was declared, and for the first time in nearly a century, the island was free. But freedom came with new challenges: political instability, economic struggles, a fragile democracy, coup, protests, and poverty haunted the decades that followed. Yet, amid hardship, the Malagasy people held on to something powerful: their identity, their songs, their languages, their reverence for ancestors. A reminder that even when forgotten by the world, a nation can never forget itself. The island of life, nature, and biodiversity. Madagascar is not only a land of kings, it is a land of miracles. More than 80% of its species are found nowhere else on Earth. Lemurs swing through the canopy, descendants of ancient primates that vanished elsewhere. Giant baobabs rise like towers from the desert, and the forests hum with creatures that have survived for millions of years. But today, this paradise faces its greatest threat: deforestation, climate change, poverty. The forests that once covered 90% of the island are now reduced to less than 10%. The forgotten island is being forgotten once more, this time not by history, but by humanity. Madagascar's story has always been one of isolation, but now that isolation has become a danger. As forests fall and species disappear, so too does a part of human history. A living record of what the Earth once was. Scientists warn that unless drastic action is taken, many of Madagascar's unique species could vanish within our lifetime. And with them, the stories, rituals, and songs that define Malagasy identity. But not all hope is lost. Across Madagascar, new generations are fighting to restore what was lost. Villagers plant new forests where old ones once stood. Scientists work to protect endangered species. Projects like Eden Reforestation and Madagascar Biodiversity Center give hope that the island's treasures might endure. And beyond nature, history itself is being rediscovered. Ancient tombs, oral traditions, and the stories of queens and warriors once erased by colonial hands. The forgotten island is remembering itself. In the end, Madagascar is more than a place. It's a reminder of what happens when the world drifts apart and what it takes to come back together. From ancient sailors who crossed an ocean, to kings who defied empires, to the children who plant trees in the red earth today, this island story is one of endurance forgotten by time, but never truly lost. Madagascar, the forgotten island, remains a symbol of life's fragility and resilience. Its history teaches us that isolation can protect, but it can also endanger. Its people remind us that strength lies in unity, memory, and respect for nature. And its forests whisper a truth older than any kingdom. To forget the past is to lose the future. But as long as one lemur calls from the treetops, as long as one Malagasy child sings the songs of their ancestors, Madagascar will never be forgotten. if you loved uncovering Madagascar's forgotten story. Don't forget to subscribe to keep traveling through time with us.